Hey guys, I'm Stephanie. Welcome to my health, wellness, finances, things that smell good, tea, whatever I feel like talking about channel. I've been having trouble making this video, and I think the reason is because I myself am not that clear in my thoughts right now. So I'm coming on to talk about how I'm not clear in my thoughts. Okay? I'm down in my basement. There's a little bit of Christmas chaos I haven't fully cleaned up. It is December 31st, 2024, and I just kind of wanted to reflect on 2024 and the transition into 2025 for me. I think it's funny because I read my own tarot cards sometimes. I'm not good at it. It's just something I do to give myself clarity. I don't think there's magic in that, but it is funny sometimes how accurate it is. Here comes my dog. We gotta let him in. One sec. Let's let the, okay, now we're gonna close the door. All right, congratulations. Where was I? Okay. I've been reading my tarot cards, and my tarot cards have been ticking me off because I really wanted a reading that gave me hope, that told me that there was going to be, there was rough times in the past, but there was going to be good times ahead. And no matter how many times I pulled cards, I just kept getting cards that were about having been through hard times and injury, things not going very well, challenges. I got some cards that were about having to be creative and use my own intuition, which is what I'm doing right now, I guess. But the end of 2024 was hard, okay? And my cards knew it, I guess, because a couple of bad things happened. We had a death in the family. And we also had my husband not have work for the past 6 months. And we've gone through these like really dry times before, so we have savings, right? But when you're unemployed, what it does to your self-esteem, especially when it's a long-term unemployment and you've been trying really, really hard to change it, things can start to get a bit dark, right? And I also had some personal things in my life where there were some things I really clung to in terms of my routine and my habits that were either through my own choosing or because of circumstance were going away. Certain things that I clung to on a daily basis to be my happiness and my dopamine were no longer accessible to me. I didn't have the money to go out and distract myself by having, fun, just buying things or having experiences. So I was left with a lot of unstructured time to myself, and it's a little depressing, right? Like, we as a family are going through like a valley, and that's okay. That happens sometimes. The thing that I have been kind of struggling with is that normally this time of year, I create a vision for myself of moving forward, and I have an idea of what that vision is. And right now I'm headed towards my 50th birthday, which is in February. And I do not have the means in my life or the resources in my life to create the kind of reality that I thought I was going to get to have. I've moved several years, I've been moving towards sort of certain joy and celebration in my life, a certain travel, certain personal accomplishments that for circumstances outside of my control, I'm not able to bring those to fruition. Basically, I was saving money to go traveling, and now that money is being used just to keep our family afloat, which is really all that matters. And I have perspective about it. But we got the rug pulled out from us a little bit. So I'm coming on here to talk to you guys honestly about it. You know, I feel a lot of responsibility. Hang on, I'm going to drink from my mug. I do love my mug. Isn't it cute? Because I have a YouTube channel, I'm very aware of the kind of energy that I'm putting out, and I want it to be positive energy. And so I'm not coming here to be negative or depressing, but I'm here to talk to the people who, in their own way, may have had the rug pulled out from under them. The things that used to work for me for weight loss, now because of perimenopause and just because of distractions in life, I'm not hitting, you know, those physical goals I wanted to hit. I did save the money I had planned to save in 2024. However, instead of being able to put that money towards the joy that I thought I was going to, I'm now not able to do that. We don't actually know if he's going to get the kind of job that he used to have. He might have to take a job because of circumstances that is a lot less than he was doing before. And it's hard on his self-esteem, and I'm here as his wife to support him and hold him up and make him feel good about himself externally to career, which arguably may or may not be easier for women than men. I don't know if that's still the case, because I think we're all evening out a little bit. But so I'm the direction of the family right now, and I'm the self-esteem of the family right now, and I am the one who's planning our budget and keeping us afloat, and I'm the one who's encouraging everybody and keeping them positive. But because of that, I have not had a single second to put towards myself. And I'm feeling depleted, and I'm feeling lost. And if you're a woman watching this, or hell, if you're a man watching this and you are the one who's responsible for keeping your family up, and you are feeling lost because of that, you know, please comment below. Side note, I watched on Netflix, not a bad disaster movie, La Palma. Has anyone watched that? It's actually, it's I think it's a Norwegian film, and it's about these people from Norway on vacation and in the Canary Islands, and then a natural disaster happens. But one of the characters, who's the mom, is this mom. Her son's on the autism spectrum, and she has spent so many years. She spent so many years like being disconnected from herself because she was supporting him, that she took the past year to like really grow herself. It's just a character, but I identified with it so much. There's this scene where she's lost the weight she wanted to lose. Her husband allowed her to put the time towards herself. It's creating some tension in her marriage because she's trying to change and he's not coming along with her. And she's just trying to find out who she is again. And I related so hard to this mother character. There's a scene where she's trying to meditate. And spoiler alert, but she's trying to meditate, and then like all of a sudden I think there's a giant earthquake. And I'm just like, damn lady, you worked so hard, you look so good. And yet the natural disaster is coming along to like screw up your life. And no, you're not allowed to be balanced. You've worked so hard towards balance, and the world is saying, no, we're going to literally pull the ground out from underneath you. And now you're going to have to worry about where your family is. We're letting my dog out again. We're going to have to make you worry about where your family is at. We're going to have to let you take care of everybody and potentially sacrifice your own life for the people that you love. And I don't regret having people in my life that I love enough that they need me. That is part of the largest value for me of my presence on this earth, is to love other people. But I so badly want 2025 to be a time where I can let go a little bit. and get back to focusing on what I need. You know, they say to put on the oxygen mask, right? I kind of hate that saying. I'm sorry if you were about to comment below with that, but they say you've got to put on the oxygen mask before you help the other people, right? Like that's something they tell moms all the time who feel like I feel right now. But the thing is, sometimes there's not enough oxygen for two people, and sometimes you have to make a choice, and sometimes somebody needs it a little bit more than you. And the fact is that my family has needed it a little bit more than me right now. And so I've been doing a goal setting exercise that I do every year. I don't know if you're familiar with Mel Robbins. She has a podcast. She has tons of followers. If you type in Mel Robbins podcast, you will find her. She always has this excellent goal setting exercise because it's a little bit more than just setting smart goals. You know what I mean? Excuse me. She has this goal setting podcast. It's more about really reviewing your past year and really understanding what worked, what didn't. Like it's just a lot more in depth, and I highly recommend you do it if you're feeling a little lost and need some direction. One of her tenets this year, which I'm taking so much to heart, is that she wants to simplify her goals and really get laser focused, because we tend to want more, more, more. We want to do this in the relationship arena, and we want to do this in our house arena, and we want to do this in our physical realm, and this at work, and this with friendships, and we get really scattered. And with my limited time and energy, I'm recognizing that I don't want to be scattered anymore. I really want this next coming year to feel very clean and minimal and simple, but I want it to feel luxurious in the sense that I want a lot of time. I want a lot of time to just be with myself and emotionally focus on myself and stoke myself up again, because the cup is empty, right? The proverbial cup is empty. We've given it all. And maybe some of you at the end of the Christmas season, when you worked so hard to make everyone in your family happy and to deal with all the personalities and to keep your mouth shut in certain situations, maybe you're feeling the same, like you need a refresh. So what are my plans and what are my tactics for 2025? Well, of course, Stephanie's got to get a planner. So let's show you my planners. Yeah. Planners are full of hope, right? And so when I invest in a new planner, it's not necessarily that it's got some magic to it, but it's about intention and setting hope for myself and giving myself a special place where I say my feelings are important, my experience is important. I'm going to record this experience there. So I am following along with somebody named Elise Joan, who's inspirational fitness person on Instagram, and she has some workshops that she does, and I am dedicating myself to doing more of those workshops that are just self-development. So I got myself this beautiful little journal. Let's see. This is again from Peter Popper Press, and I don't know, they do some interesting niche things, but this is just a place for me to write down. I don't always review what I write down, but I think there's something to be said for having a place where your own personal thoughts can go. And so here we go, my moon journal for the year. Speaking of moons, I don't know if I showed you guys this. I think I did, but this is my moon journal. This is Moon Phase Journal for Manifestations, and it was inexpensive. I got it off of Amazon. It is just a place where it actually follows the phases of the moon, which I've become more interested in, mostly because I'm staring up at the sky lately and just being like, oh, the moon is beautiful. And a lot of times I haven't been paying attention to where we are in the cycle. Is it waxing? Is it waning? Oh, all of a sudden there's a full moon. And I think it's so cool that there is this friend we have in the sky that is always there, and the cavemen looked up at her, and Galileo looked up at her, and people all around the world look up at the same moon and have the same experience. And so I wanted to follow her a bit this year, and this gives me an opportunity to, um, you know, every couple of days, just think about, they're supposed to do certain things during certain phases, which is, you're either cleansing or you're setting intentions. It's a way to get more of a rhythm and structure into my life. Okay, so that is the Moon Phase Journal for Manifestations. I'm not going to link to any of this stuff down below because I'm tired. You guys can look it up. Along those lines, I still have been using my sticker book of curiosities. So every day when I'm journaling, I pick a sticker from here. And again, just like drinking from my favorite mug, I'm going to use the beautiful stickers. This year, I want to have a sense of abundance, and part of that is to stop hanging on to and hoarding everything, but to actually burn the beautiful candle. Burn the beautiful candle, let it be done, get rid of it. Buy the beautiful sticker book, but use the stickers. Let it be done, get rid of it. Stop creating this like amassing of wealth that I'm restricting myself from using, if that makes sense. And instead, when something comes into my life, truly feeling the joy of it in the moment. So that's what those stickers are about. Now, it wouldn't be 2025 without talking about our health and fitness goals, okay? When I started this YouTube channel, let's just have some real talk for a second. If you've been following this since the beginning, thank you, first of all, for being on this journey with me. I really and truly, I've got over 100 followers, and I am so appreciative that you give me the space, whether you watch these videos or you just turn them on and go, oh, here she goes again. I really appreciate you inviting me into your space. I don't take it for granted. I value every single one of you, and I wish all of you well. So cheers to my subscribers. Love you guys. One of the first videos I ever made, quite interestingly, in February of 2020, or maybe January, was about my health and fitness journey. At that point, I think I was 46 years old, and I was 160 pounds, and I was talking about how I wanted to lose weight. Well, cue the perimenopause journey, and my Hashimoto's hypothyroid journey, and just aging in general. I'm still pretty much 160 pounds. That doesn't mean that I haven't learned a lot, and that doesn't mean I haven't gotten stronger, and that doesn't mean that I'm not healthier, if that makes sense. But the weight loss thing at this age is becoming less in my control. And what I haven't liked is that I found myself doing things that were less geared towards health and more geared towards weight loss. Like, I found myself eating a lot of really processed foods. Yeah, I was really focusing on the number, and I now have to face the fact that at turning 50, my new journey here on this channel is not about weight loss. It could be about shedding a few pounds of fat. I wouldn't mind doing that. It would help my knees. It would help me in my yoga practice to be, just have less flesh in the way. It would help me be more confident in my clothing. But weight loss feels like a negative term to me now. It feels less about shedding, and it feels more about me not being enough as I am right now. So I am very much, don't get me wrong, very much going to renew my health journey, and I want to talk more about it on this channel in the new year. I would still really like to get to a healthy BMI. I would still really like to feel like I'm reflective of the efforts that I've been putting in, because I have been putting in a lot of effort. I want it to be more about what are the things that help a 50-year-old get through the next decade. Spoiler alert, it's vegetables. How can I balance that line between making myself be a little more uncomfortable, because I'm very much in a comfort zone. I very much am good at maintaining where I'm at right now, but how can I expand and extend? How can I ask more of myself where I reach the next level? I just did a flexibility test for people 50 and above online that just popped up in my feed. My hamstring flexibility sucks, and it always has. I tell myself it's because I have longer legs than most people. That's why I can't touch my toes, but I might be lying to myself there. I want to, something I've been telling myself for a long time is that I wanted to expand my yin yoga practice because I think healthy fascia is very important. And this is the lies I tell myself, right? Is that I do yin yoga. And then when I actually look back at my calendar, no, I intend to do yin yoga, but I haven't been actually really dedicating myself to a practice. So I have gotten a really inexpensive subscription to something called Inner Dimension Television, which is an app. Travis Elliott is the main teacher on there, and I've had it before, but I've really picked a program where I'm going to do more yin yoga and actually do it and not just plan to do it. And I'm doing that for my mental health as much as my physical health or my flexibility. Another thing that's kind of going away is that I was really, really deep diving on Beachbody programs, and they've now rebranded themselves as Body. I don't know where that company's going, but it's a bit of a mess right now. I'm not going to start a rant on it whatsoever. But I'm feeling a loss. That's the loss of one of the things. Like usually this time of year, there'd be some new program coming out that I was really passionate about, but I am not feeling what they are putting out right now, and I financially can't afford what they're putting out right now, and I have to look to other ways in my life and realize I have options for being healthy all around me. I really want to hike more in the forest so that I'm more in touch with this beautiful place that I live in. I want to do more like functional flexibility, Pilates based workouts, things that are making my body feel really good right now. Side note, and sorry, this is just a long video, it just is. I'm currently doing a prenatal workout because the irony makes me laugh because one of the tarot cards I got was the World, and that is about rebirth and sort of having everything in your world change. I kept getting the World card, and it's not lost on me that turning 50 is a rebirth. I am letting go of the things that served me in the past 50 years, and I'm packing for a trip, and that trip is the trip into the next 30 years of my life. So in a way, me doing this prenatal workout has been about me gestating the next version of me. And sorry, that's kind of sickening, and I'm vomiting a little bit in my mouth when I actually come out. But you have to understand I'm doing it with a bit of sense of irony and sense of humor as I have, where I'm like, I'm gonna give birth to myself, is what I'm gonna do. And the thing with having a baby is that you don't know what it looks like. You don't know what you're gonna get. Sometimes you don't even know what the gender is. And you have to be ready for your world to drastically change, and you have to trust and believe that it's worth it. And so my rebirth is about not really knowing what 2025 is, and because of that, I can't create a vision board. It's impossible. I am not going to get to pre-visualize what 2025 is going to bring me. I'm going to have this very dramatic transition into a whole new definition of what my being is. And I have to trust that I have 50 years of strength under my belt and 50 years of wisdom, and I can handle what it brings. And what I would like to do with this channel is I would like to make you part of that experience in terms of what this next year brings for me. And it's going to be a little bit messy, and sometimes I won't have enough sleep. Sometimes I will be like, what have I done? I will be trying at things and I will be experimenting with things. I will sometimes be failing and I will sometimes be winning. But 2025 will be different. So, since this video is now 25 minutes, I feel like that's the world's signal for me to get off of here. I wish you guys all a very, very happy new year. Whatever that brings for you, I hope it's joy, and I hope you continue to hang out with me. I love you all. Happy New Year.